Hello, everybody. Give them a few minutes to get in here. Okay. I think I'm ready. Somebody's here already. I went out and straightened a little bit up in the ambulance. And we're going to go tomorrow and get the welders. I'll do a video on that. I'm so tired this afternoon. My dogs are eating their chew bones for their teeth. Always being gripey all the way over here. He's trying to make everybody mind. Give it up, dog. You're too old for that crap. I'm telling you. Oh, I just thought I'd see what everybody else is doing today. I've got, it's going to rain Saturday and Sunday, so it'll be Monday for, hello. Well, congratulations. I made it too. Well, 2 a.m. does come awful early. I feel sorry for people that's got to get up and work anymore, especially if they want to have a YouTube live. I watched some people out at courtside, like the Blue Van Man. I believe there's the name of it, Blue Van Man. He was headed into courtside or somewhere to do some laundry and take a shower and so on and so forth. And so that happens. My son said he's going with me, so we'll see how that works out. I don't know where he's going to take the car or the pickup. Probably the car because it's cheaper on gas for him. And it'll still give him a little place to sleep in the back and give us a chance to run around. So we got 5 dogs we're taking. He's taking his with him. I'm taking mine. Telling you. Big Boy's over there emptying the food dish. Crazy dog. I'll have to take their water and feed jug. Come think of it. I have to make room somewhere. That's what I'll have to do. I wonder how well that one jug will travel. Yeah, I wonder how that's going to work. Well, once I get stationary, though, I won't be going into town much, so I guess it'll work. I'm glad you did catch me lying. Thank you. My days are just filled with trying to catch up with stuff. I'm telling you. I cooked beans tonight, and I used my new toaster oven I bought to cook the cornbread in. I decided I've got 2 different toaster ovens, and I'm thinking, well, the little small convection oven can cook cornbread without having to heat up the big house with a big old, the big oven. So that's what I did. I've got to sort through my clothes, see what I want to take. Hope Big Boy's found his bone. Now they're going to argue over it. Big Boy, why did you just stay over there where you was at? Crazy dog. Don't look at me. I'm not going to take up your fights. He's got one of them bones. I bought 3 more of them. I'm going to take them with me. That'll give him something to do and calm him down. Well, thank you. Well, as long as we got headphones, ain't no telling. That dog there, he has to be chewing and eating all the time. I'm going to show you this. There he is down there with these bones in between his feet. The big boy, his daddy's watching him. Like, you let go of that bone, I'm going to grab it and run. And he will. That little chihuahua's rotten. All you got to do is let go of it, or you'll have it. He'll be running off with it. There's some of the treats. Let's see who's over here. Baby girl and little guys on. There's their bone laying there. They ain't even chewing on it. That white piece of strip is their bone. Yeah, I think they're sharing a bone over there. Yeah, that's what they're doing. That's what dogs are doing. Let him put you back. There you go. Maybe tonight we'll just accomplish. Hopefully everybody's being happy and enjoying things. I listened to the vice president talk on that coronavirus stuff today. It was hopefully it's uplifting. They're supposed to get that what do they call it, the vaccine out pretty swift. I don't know where I want to take it right at first or not. I don't know. It might be 2 years before it ever gets out to the general public anyway. We're headed towards 260,000. That's over 250,000 deaths. We do not need any more things happening in America. Really, we don't. Of course, it's happening all over the world. A lot of smaller countries are crippled, severely crippled. Maybe we just spend our time praying for one another. It wouldn't hurt. That's what my motto is. It won't hurt. I took my backrest out of the ambulance because it makes more room for the bed, and I could actually, in a pinch, sleep on half of the bed. There you go. So that'd be a half of the 3/4 bed or half of a twin bed. That'd be awful narrow, wouldn't it? But I could still lay down for a few hours and sleep, especially if I was traveling. I got to get everything. After the rain spell, I'm going to load that Monday or so. I'm going to start loading up. And I'm not going to go hard at it because I need to stop along the way and take my dogs out and let them walk. I don't care if it takes me a week to get out there and a week to get back. I don't care. I'll just run up to the gas station and just put my card in and pump the gas, make sure it ain't one of them pull out credit deals. Of course, I could give the money to Chris and have him go in with gloves and a mask on. So it's about as short as it is long. Yeah. There ain't no telling. I want to check and see if there should be a lot of diesel out there in Arizona. That's the only sad part. I went down in southeastern Texas once, and they didn't have diesel. Everybody had gas and that what do they call it? Alcohol gas. Didn't have no diesel. Whole damn town didn't have no damn drop of diesel. Thank God I had 2 tanks. I switched over the other one, and buddy, when the next filling station I found, I filled both them tanks back up. That's what I like about that diesel. It's got 2 tanks on it. I've got them both full right now. I got to go to the tar place and have the air pressure checked in my tars. I always do that. It's where I bought them at. I always have them, and I give a guy a $5 tip just to check the 4 tars. So he's making over $1 a tar just to check the tars. And I got tar gauge, but I figured, hey, they're professionals. Let them do it. And then there I go. I'll leave early one morning. Probably about 5 or 6 o'clock. And about as soon as it comes daylight, I'll leave. I don't like driving in the dark, so I'll leave about 6 o'clock, I guess. Pull over about 2 hours later or 2.5 hours later, almost 9, and then let the dogs walk around and pull over at noon, then pull over about 2 o'clock, and then pull over about 4, and that's enough traveling today. I don't want to drive. I'll start finding a place. They say there's a lot of that place where you can say freecamping.net or freecamping.com or whatever it is. It's .net. Wait, what are you doing? That little guy, that big boy, has went to bed. He's took his bone and covered up in a blanket. He got tired of you bullying him. I watched this one woman. She was talking about the crazy 1918, 1919, 1920. And she telling about the Great Molasses Flood of 1919, where a big steel blew up and it went down the road and killed a bunch of people. A little before my time. Oh, look at this. He's got that bone now, and he's telling everybody that's my bone. I've got to get all their blankets. There's big little boys covering up in his. Big boy's over there covered up by the water food bowl. Yep, he's covered up now. He's done for the night. Crazy dogs. I got to get all their blankets washed. Sure do. I got to get all that done. I'll do that when I get back. We're going to go get them bills tomorrow. It's going to rain Saturday and Sunday. Monday it'll be damp, whatever, but I will start getting ready to load out. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Let's see, that'll be the end of the month. Maybe I'll pay the bills before I leave. Who the heck knows nowadays? That's about it. That's all I can tell him. Well, them beans were good. That cornbread was good. Everything was good tonight. I had shrimp for lunch. Of course, it was my breakfast and my lunch. I had 2 little pieces of hamburger patties, like a meatloaf patty, and then I finished it off with 6 little pieces of shrimp. So that was my breakfast and lunch. So I still got strawberries and all kinds of berries and a whole bunch of stuff to get packed out and get ready to go. I've been through there a lot of times, going out toward Blythe and Courtside and this, that, and the other, but I never really stayed. I mean, back when I was out there, it wasn't nothing but just a desert. They didn't have an RV type park or all that other crap. That was back in the 66 highway was going up and down the road. Now they got an Interstate 40, I think it goes through there. Yep, back in the day. Baby was all covered up in her blanket too. The only thing he's chewing on anything is the little guy. He decided he'd chew on his bones. Yep, I'll take bones and their treats and everything else. Yep, that's usually the way it goes. I'm taking a lot of canned goods because I don't know if there's going to be very much fresh stuff out there. I'll take tuna, salmon, mackerels, all kinds of fishes, and Spam and deviled ham and all kinds of crap like that. And because not too much fresh meat because my little refrigerator's got a real small freezer in it. So there you go. But hey, as long as I got an egg, I'm good. That's my mother. As long as I got an egg, I'm good. I could take my ice chest and put extra food in, but I'm going to take my ice maker, though. I'll reach it out and take that little sucker. I'll run my generator about, 2 or 3 hours a day, and that'll give me plenty of ice and plenty of... I'll run it when I'm like a little bit in the morning. in the evening, because that way I can run the convection oven and the microwave, and I can even run the. Yeah, but that's enough. I got an electric hot plate, but I don't think I'll run it. I think I'll run butane and propane. That's what I think I'll do. I'm sitting here. Oh, yep. Iron Dog's over there. Uh, he's one of them Trump supporters. They're all having conniption fits. I quit having a conniption fit about any politics. I do my duty, and that's it. It's your civic duty to vote. I voted, and I'm done. Let them worry about the rest. Let them have the problem. And if they throw out the votes and start over, well, that's part of life. I'm not going to sit there and cry over it. I believe in what the good Lord said. Give your allegiance to no man. Yep, I did my job. I'm gonna need to check to see what the weather's gonna be out there. Do I need to wear a bunch of shorts or take some long breeches? I think I'll take some sweats in case it gets cold. We're gonna be out in the middle of the desert. We're gonna be nowhere. Ain't gonna be nobody around nowhere. Well, they will be, but they'll be on ways from me. I'm not gonna socialize much. If I do, I'll wear a mask, gloves, and a respirator and everything else. I don't want to catch it COVID, especially in a different state. I kept going up north last year, I guess, for a while because I was afraid I'd get across the state lines and they'd block the state off and I couldn't get back. But my daughter said she'd keep an eye on it. So if I had to stay out there 45 days or 6 months or whatever, she'd still take an eye on it. And my neighbors across the way, that young couple's really good. He comes and tells me when they're going to spend the weekend with her mother and dad. And then I tell him when I'm leaving. So he keeps an eye on the place. It's right there. All we got to do is look at his front door. And that's what he's got to do. But I don't know what people's going to do in the future. I think they're spending too much time and too much money. $3.5 million to go one state to recount the votes. Really? $3.5 million to recount the votes? So, okay. I think that's a waste of money. I think they should give that money instead of doing all that crazy stuff to the homeless, poor, and hell, give them another stimulus check. Do something to help them out. That's what my theory is. They ain't doing anything. I mean, come on. Hello. Let's see what. Oops, got to turn it around. There we go. Hello, Lynn. How you doing this evening? I started to say this morning, but it's this evening. One of my grandsons is named Lynn, and Carl Lynn. His daddy's name Carl something. I don't know where his little name's Lynn, but it might be Lynn. I don't know what his daddy's name. I know his first name's Carl. I don't keep up with it too much in my in-laws. Not in my in-laws, but I guess it'd be my in-laws, my sister's husband's relatives. I guess it's some kind of in-law. Oh, Nevada's. I got to get back up to Nevada. Well, welcome, redneck. Yeah, welcome from Nevada. I got some land up there in Montello. It's the name of the little old town it's close to. You know where Montello is? Up there northeastern Nevada, right before you go over into Utah and Idaho straight north. So that's where I'm at. Tony and Leanne. Tony and Leanne. Okay, that works for me. Uh, hmm. Yeah, up there by Wells, and Elko is up there by the county. Is in Elko County. That's it. I bought 30 acres, three different 10-acre spots. I don't know why the hell I did that. Oh, well, this real estate guy that lived in Pennsylvania, he's about to lose his house. He just sat there and told me, I'm losing my house, I'm losing my car. I ain't sold nothing in 6, 7 months. He said, I've got a bunch of land that I own, but I'm land poor. And so I bought one piece, and then I bought another piece, and then I bought another piece. And then he sent me a card about, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, said, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm all right now. I'm back on my feet. And if it hadn't been for you, I'd have lost my house, my business, and my car. That's about homeless as you can get. And he cut me some good deal. Hell, I bought 10 acres for $3,000. So I bought another 10 acres for 3,000. No, I was good. There's 30 acres for $9,000. But it saved his butt. And hey, hell, I enjoyed the land. Oh, okay, that's good. Wild Horse Reserve. Yeah, I heard about that area. It's up north of Elko a little bit. Mm-hmm. I just bought it up there. I'm gonna put me a shipping container up there on one of them. My son's gonna build a cabin on another one, and I think I got an old school bus. I think I'll take up to that one that's out there in the middle of the desert. It's pretty close to where you go into town. It's before you get to that railroad track that crosses the town. It's on the left side. Yeah, as you're going into town, not leaving it. They had a big flood back there in, I don't know, 2017. About an hour north. It's, I like it up there. I've been up there 3 or 4 times since I bought it. I didn't stay long any time I was up there. It was smoky that one time I just left. Uh, we went up to Twin Falls, Idaho, up there and seen the canyon and the falls. I get around. Like I said, I went to earlier that year. I went to South Carolina 3 times. Went to Tennessee twice, Texas twice, North Dakota twice or 3 times, Nebraska once. You haven't been up in Montello area yet? Well, I don't hunt nothing. I mean, I'm too old to hunt. I like fishing. I guess if I get a post office box up there, I'll be a resident, so I can get me. I've got a lifetime hunting and fishing for Oklahoma. I guess I can get a lifetime hunting and fishing for Nevada. Uh, they got a lake up there somewhere by Montello. At least I've seen it on the map. I ain't seen it in person yet. Uh, like I said, I want to go out. I started to buy some land in Arizona, but I still might do that. That would be a winter place. Go out there around Quartzsite or something. Somebody told me, well, you don't need to buy land. Just go pay $68 and you camp on any of it all year long. I said, okay. I like the idea of owning it. That way I wouldn't have to have too close of neighbors. By about 10 acres, at least they can't get any closer to you than 10 acres. So you bought over there, huh? Rainbow trout. Okay, home. Okay. Reserve south of Elko. Okay. There's a friend of mine goes up there. I watch her on YouTube. What is her name? Escape 2012. That's her name. Oh. Hello. Cat without a hat. Uh, oh, you live way back, almost by Vegas, Las Vegas. I wasn't too thrilled with Las Vegas. I don't care about all them damn lights. I'd go be. When I was a kid, I lived up by Reno. I liked Reno. I like those trees up there. Well, I tell you what, if you don't like to ride or drive or something, there's a long stretch of highway between Elko and Las Vegas. It's a long stretch. And then Vegas all the way down through Arizona is another long stretch. We get like the Wild West. Huh? I don't know about the Wild West. I just like living away from. I like to be close enough that I can go in to big department stores, this, that, and other, whatever. But I like to be living far enough out, and I ain't found that perfect spot yet. That it won't take 2 days and a mule to get over the mountain just to go shopping. Because the closest shopping from Montello to is Elko, and you got to go over that mountain to get to Elko. So there you go. I forget the name of that mountain. Pilot Peak's on the other side. On this side here would be it's a man's name or something. I can't remember the name of the mountain. That you got to go over to get to Elko. Yeah, it's like the Wild West. Vegas has always been like the Wild West. Bunch of mob bobs, or what they call it, mob bosses. That's it. Yeah. Back in old Jimmy Durant. No, who was it? Oh, Big Blue Eyes. What was his name? Savy Davis Jr. and whatever he damn. I can't even think of his damn name. They call him Big Blue Eyes. He used to sing in Las Vegas back in the day. It's all owned by the mob. It's all crooked as snot, about like it is today. Yeah, they got a bunch of people crooked. Yeah, Sammy Davis Jr. No, Sinatra, excuse me. I read it just then, Sinatra. Sammy Davis Jr., Sinatra. There's 2 or 3 other ones. Yeah. Like I said, that's way back in the day. My daughter lives in Colorado, by Denver. That's the only town, because I go right on through Las Vegas. But Denver, I hate to drive through Denver because it's got it's worse than Portland, Oregon. Got all them freeways that run in together, and I get lost every damn time I go there. And that's going through Denver. I go straight on up to Wyoming, cut across Wyoming into Salt Lake City. That's what I do. Yep, it's straight west. And guess what? My solar panels will be on the right side, heading west. So they'll be on the driver's side. So they'll all get sun, plenty of sun. I don't know about coming back. Oh well, maybe I'll have all the food by then. Don't need that. Where am I at now? I live in Oklahoma. Well, my home's in Oklahoma. I got 2 or 3 homes here in Oklahoma. And a business and a shop and all kinds of crap. I love Oklahoma because it's in the city of the country. But I don't like the winters and I don't like the summers. I like the spring and fall. But we don't have it. They don't have very long spring and they don't have very long fall. So that's why I want to go out to Arizona in the winter time and up in Montello up in north in the summertime. So it won't be so hot. I just sit in this old house all the time anyway, if it's too hot or it's too cold. So you guys live outside of Las Vegas, 60 miles. That's about like it. I live from Oklahoma City, about 60 miles from here to Oklahoma City. I live north of it, up by Crescent, Hennessy, and whatever else, Guthrie. Let's see, Dover, Enid, and not too far from Enid. You going to courtside in January? I'm going to courtside next week. I'm leaving and going next week. I'll be back by the 30th of December. Uh, I listen to Bob Wales out there, and they're not going to have a Rubber Trump Rendezvous this year, but they're going to have some kind of big get together unofficially, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to have one unofficially, and I just don't like big crowds or whatever. I'm just going to go out there a little early. I haven't never been out there. I mean, I've been through there 100 times. I went to school back in Brawley, California, down by Slab City, but that was before it was an Air Force base and military base. And I graduated in San Bernardino by Los Angeles. But I went to school in Brawley. I lived in right around Westmoreland 100 years ago. I had an aunt one time lived in Blythe. So that's one of the hottest places in the year. You can't live out there in the summertime. I was going to buy some land in Apache County. Found out it was just too dang hot, 115 in the shade. It ain't going to happen. Too hot for me. I don't know. I'll be out there about Thanksgiving. After my wife died, I don't care too much about Thanksgiving. Not really. I don't really care too much about Christmas. I'd write the kids a damn check and be done with it, or give them cash, one or the other. That might, like I said, I ain't gonna have much of a Thanksgiving. Get me a TV dinner, turkey TV dinner with cranberry sauce. One of them buffet dinners, or what do they call it? Me and my son, we couldn't find a place open. It was last year or year before last year. So we went to IHOPs. Never go to IHOPs for Thanksgiving dinner, as the only place was open, or we could get in without a reservation. That was the horriblest turkey, the horriblest dressing I ever tasted. It tasted like gruel. That's boiled cornmeal in a pot. That's what it was, not like mush. and it wasn't even seasoned good. I thought, my God, I can cook better than this. My dog food eats better. My dog eats better than this crap. So and it cost us about $60. I said that meal was not worth two people for $60. I said I'll never go there again. It was all right for breakfast or something like that, but it ain't worth crap for Thanksgiving dinner. I'll tell you that. Yeah, but that's probably what I'll get, a hungry man's deal for the holidays. I really don't like turkey that much. I like a pork. I like ham. Cook it in let's see, honey and mustard. Bake it in the oven. Yep. Or hell, I might just cook a big old pork butt. That would sound pretty good. It's actually, they call it pork butt, but it's actually a hog shoulder. Why would they name it a pork butt when it's the shoulder of the hog? Who the hell knows? That's way before my time. Mm. I've walked 2,730 steps today, and my day ain't over. I didn't get as many steps in today as I usually get 4,000. I got me one of them exercise watches. No, how you can see the damn thing. There. Yeah. My son got it for me. He brought me one. I broke it. He bought me two watches. I broke two watches, and one exercise watch and one regular watch. The end came out of it. Then I lost one. I found it was underneath this chair. And then my high dollar watch, I know where it's at, and I know where another high dollar wristwatch is. And a couple of good, nice pocket watches. Usually I use my damn phone for what time it is. You been smoking turkeys? Well, I seen them people put them in that hot grease and it blow up and burn their damn house down. I'm gonna do that. They forgot to thaw it out. You can't drop a frozen turkey in boiling grease. That didn't work. Burnt the garage down. Besides that, I think if I was gonna do something like that, I'd take it out in the middle of a big old open field. Oh, that's all right. Talk as much as you want. They'll come along. You did that once, okay? Well, I don't know. Tammy. Uh, uh, well, like I said, I've seen people buying turkeys and hams and goose and duck and all that stuff over here at the store for getting ready for Thanksgiving dinner. And I said, boy, I remember when I used to do that. My wife's folks, they were Jewish. They didn't celebrate Thanksgiving very good or Christmas either. They had Hanukkah. They get a present every day for 7 days. I believe it is. Yeah, you get a present every day. I like that part of it. I had to have my Christmas tree though. My kids had to have their Christmas tree. Uh, who knows nowadays what's going to happen? I know they need to get over this election crap and start helping the people. They need to give some people some. There's so many homeless people in the world. It's unreal. Great to meet you. Mm. Mm. I wonder if they're going to give you another $1,200. I ain't spent the first 12 yet. Well, Canadian goose is pretty good, and squirrel. Squirrel ain't nothing but a tree rat. Tastes like rat too. They feed you a lot of rat in Vietnam. Yeah, that's like muskrat stew down south. I remember when I used to hunt 100 years ago pheasants, and out in California they had a lot of pheasant. Well, I'm trying. Let me tell you, I'm trying to have that ambulance looking good. Sharon, I don't know. I'm getting too old anymore to even get too enthused about doing anything. Mm. Now, I like buffalo meat. It's not greasy or nothing. It's really lean. Maybe if they're in Montana, they give you some buffalo meat. We have a buffalo farm here in Guthrie, actually. They butcher buffalo. They raise them just like they do cattle. Yeah, that's getting pretty down. A checkup, they ain't got that old yet. Oh, I'm telling you. Yep, you gotta blow the dust off your eyeballs so you can see something. Come think of my eyeballs are hurting. Oh, I'm telling you. I gotta get up about 8:30 in the morning. We're gonna leave out of here by 9. Or so I gotta get up about 8 o'clock. You just turned 60. Well, that ain't bad. You're almost ready for retirement, unless you took an early retirement. A lot of people are retiring at 55. You can do that in the military. You can get out when you're 55. Then you're fully retired. You have your 20 years in. Sometimes 30 years. They pay by rank and years. That's a good, yeah. I'm gonna leave that one alone. You're gonna go to work till you fall over, and that ain't good now. Cat without a hat to go to work till you fall over. That's what my intention was, but I ended up with throat cancer, stage 4, so they didn't want me working no more. And so I took a retirement. Then my wife got real bad sick right after that, so I was glad I was retired. I don't know about that. You get old pretty fast. Yep, you get old pretty fast. Yeah. It'd be like one of them things. Go ahead and tell them to start without you. You're going to take a nap. Tell them to start without you. Oh, Lord. Oh, trying to get this thing to work. Gotta fix my computer. Mm. I gotta make sure this house is shut down too when they take off. Make sure the pipes are uh, dripping, because in case it won't freeze and bust. Yeah. Uh, I'm debating to where to put Ori in a cage. He's so damn mean. I got to put 3 of them in the back and Ori in the front. Because he don't get along with anybody. Thank God I can survive. Hmm. So you're going to go to courtside in January, huh? Well, that's when old Bob Wells will be out there. You get to meet him. He's over in what's that name of that little old town over there on the California side. That's usually where he goes. He goes up there and stays with his mom in Oregon, I thought, or Washington, one or the other, in the wintertime or the summertime. Well, I'm sorry if you're lost. December 3rd. My wife passed away November the 13th. November the 8th, Lucky. That's what it was. November the 8th. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, yeah. You miss them. But I would not want to start over with another one, though. You never know. Uh, I got to straighten up the front seat, the passenger seat. I got too many sleeping bags stuffed over there. Usually I uh, put a tarp down, put a tent outside, put a tarp down, and then I put a bunch of sleeping bags in it for my dogs to cuddle up in during the day. But I'm thinking I'll just leave a tent and let them run in and out of the ambulance. Yeah, like little kids running in and out of the ambulance. You got to be real careful out there because the coyotes snatch your little dogs and eat them. That's what a cannibal is, but that's what they do. Yeah, they'll get your dogs and eat them. And coyotes will. Oh, I was gonna. Yeah. Hi, how you doing, Mr. Ape? Ooh, passed away New Year's Day this year. No, I ain't doing marriage again. I ain't even doing a friend again. I ain't doing none of that shit again. I think if you only got married once, you got married real young, you stayed with them all in many years, you'd be an idiot to start over. Don't think my kids would be really liking that too much. I guess I could marry a 22-year-old and I'd say, my kids, her kids, and our kids. You imagine at my age trying to raise a little newborn kid? Oh my God. That wouldn't be very smart at all. I can't blame you. I think Friends is close enough. We say make these bands. Look how tight that band is on my arm. Them old rubber bands. That's eating on my arm. There's my watch, though. You just plug this thing up to a computer, and it'll go right straight to the doctor. You can send it to him on your phone. I couldn't get this thing done now. Took it off, can't get it back. Oh well. There it is. That's good enough. I'll leave it a little loose. You ain't supposed to leave it real loose because it won't count your steps and stuff. That's what they told me. I don't want it too tight. There's Choo Choo. Mr. Choo Choo. What had we planned to do in 2021? Let's see. There was 2 people on here, or him and his wife's going to go to court in January, so that's what they're planning in 2021. Let's see. Go back to read. I'm going back to reading. Tommy and yeah, that's what they plan on doing. That'll be all right, though. Enjoy your freedom while you got it, that's for sure. Yeah, people get divorced. I didn't get no divorce. I just outlived her. God rest her old heart. Like I said, I need to go out to the cemetery too before I leave, make sure it's all right. I got a bunch of stuff, odds and ends to do. There's Joe. Yep, I got a bunch of little odds and ends to do before I leave. I've got to go to the cemetery, shut down the house, go to the tar place, and then check all the tars. A whole bunch of little odds and ends things to do. When I get back, I got to get the oil changed because I still got 3,000 miles before I get the oil changed. So thank you, Choo Choo. My poor little dogs. There ain't no telling about them. That boy's over there drinking all that water. What are you doing drinking all the water, Ori? Thinks he hears something outside. Got one of his ears up and one of his ears down. Or bent back because it crawled out from under the covers. One or the other. I missed out on the conversation somewhere. Let's see here. I don't know where I go by myself or not. My son said he's liable to go with me. He said he's got to get away, and I said I'm agreeing with you. I gotta get away. I gotta be been in this house about a month and a half, 2 months. It's time to go. Oh, I drink a Diet Dr. Pepper. It's actually Dr. Thunder, and I let it go flat, and I just put ice in it. So it basically tastes like sugar water with a little Dr. Pepper flavor, like you sprinkle in it. Mainly water. It's this stuff right here. Look here. This is what I drink. I let it get flat. Yeah, I quit drinking water in about 1968. Unless it's really, really hot, I might drink a half a glass, or my doctor says. I really don't like the taste of water. I usually, if I get them orange flavored or tea flavored or grape flavored and pour it in the water because I don't like the taste of it. A lot of people don't drink water. I don't like the taste of it. And bottled water is some of the nastiest. I worked for the water in the wastewater for years, about 40 years. So that's one reason I don't like water. I know what's in it. All kinds of little squirrely things. All kinds of creepy crawlers. Well, that's just like they laugh about this COVID-19. Do you know what's a waterborne disease? Yeah, if it's transferred by your sputum or your spit, and coughing and sneezing, it's waterborne. It's waterborne, not airborne. It's waterborne. If you suck in somebody else's snot when you breathe in the little water droplets. So there you go. Sort of catalyst for the like all kinds of waterborne diphtheria and all kinds of waterborne diseases. Your kids and your wife calling, huh? They have a tendency to do that, you know. And don't send a kid after it to him. My God, that my son's in his 50s. And I said, go in the house, open the second drawer, and bring me back a hammer. He don't know what the hell. I can't find it. I can go in there and say, 1, 2, pull the kitchen drawer out, and there's a hammer sitting right there. And they're that way till they die. You have a great one, cat. Yeah, kids can't find tools. They can't find nothing. They don't know what you're talking about. It's kids for you. Of course, their kids do them the same damn way. That's what I laugh about. They can't find nothing either. Uh, hey, well, Chewy, let's see. We fix this. Gail's not here. We'll make Chewy a mod. How about that? Now you spoke too much. Now you get to be a mod. Mm. Your your doctor's sick? That ain't a good sign. Well, you wanted one. uh, uh, yeah, you're a responsible person. Yeah, you're a responsible person. Uh, uh, Ain't no telling. So he might, if he's that bad sick, he might. My doctor had COVID, and his nurses, two of his nurses had COVID. I guess that's all of them. And he said, "Okay, I don't know why you didn't catch COVID." I said, "Because I didn't let you breathe on me." Yeah, I didn't let you breathe on me. Uh, uh, I made a few of them. Thank you. I'm gonna make a good video one of these days. I'm gonna have my son video me while I explain what everything is. It's got I've got a 7.3 diesel in it. Underneath the front seat on the driver's side, at the front, the passenger side, excuse me, under the seat is a 1200 uh, pure sine wave converter. In the back, it comes with a 4000 pure sine wave converter. Then I got a hybrid wannabe sine wave converter. It's a 4000 watt. Then I got a bunch of little bitties. Then I got 9 solar panels on it. I got it all fixed up. I'm gonna pull that bus. It just sits out there. I'm gonna take it to Nevada, and I'm gonna put it up on blocks, and I'm gonna leave it. It's gonna be just a cabin up in the mountains on blocks. Oh, I don't know. Oh yeah, I'm taking the ambulance on the trip. Yeah, I'm gonna take it with me, and Chris is gonna drive the little Dodge car. Yeah, that's what he's going. He said he's gonna take my car, and his car. Uh, we went in partners and bought that little car at the auction, and then he's gonna leave his truck here because it burns too much gas. I said, I don't care what you do. But I said, I'm taking mine because I plan on just stretching out. If he gets tired, he can go home. He don't like to stay any place very long. He's got a bunch of appointments for up there at Elko County for a truck driving position, and then he's got one position for a UPS delivery or guy. Then he's got a place up there to sell insurance. He wants to be an insurance salesman. I said, boy, you need to figure out what you want to be. I think he wants to be retired. I said, well, you're not old enough yet. I'm going to Arizona. I'm going to Quartzsite, Arizona. Yeah, out in that area. I might even go over to Slab City and go look at where I used to live around Westmoreland in California by the Salton Sea. 100 years ago. When I went to high school back in them days, I wonder if anybody was in Brawley. I went to high school. I wonder if any of them still alive. I doubt it. That's sad when you live too long, all your friends and everybody else you know dies. Leaves you by yourself. Uh, I guess I could take my false teeth with me. I keep saying I should take them out and wash them and put them back in the jar. I bought them things and never did use them. No, it's just about 1,100 mile one way out there. and then 1,100 miles back. That's about 2,200 miles round trip. I said the whole time in the ICU. Ooh, that ain't good. Is it cold there? No, it's supposed to be warm in Quartzsite, Arizona. Hell, I ain't gonna go up. It's cold. It's what I'm getting away from, cold weather. That's what I'm thinking. I just want to get away for a while. I should go down Corpus Christi, Texas. I got friends down there, right on the coast. About my damn luck, a hurricane come through. Seems like they're coming down there every week. Texas all the way to Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana. Anybody ever got neuropathy in the feet from diabetes? My legs, it's killing me. Feels like 5,000 needles just went off in the heel of my right leg. Well, sound like you were pretty faithful, Tammy. I stayed with my wife day and night, and somebody said I kept her alive 2.5 years longer than she would have lived, but still couldn't keep her alive forever. No, I don't imagine going on a horseback like the pioneers' days. I've rode a horse and I don't like it. Talk about your hips getting hurt and sore. Ooh, your butt gets sore sitting on that horse. They didn't go but about 20 miles a day. That's all they did. They went and got up and went 20 miles and on a covered wagon, and that's all they made a day. Sometimes they made 11, 12 miles a day. A good day was 20 miles. Most time 10, 11, 12 miles a day, and that's all they'd make with covered wagon. They'd make about 20 on horseback if they wasn't waiting for a wagon or something. Yep, horses don't go that fast. Neither does a wagon. About 10, 12 miles a day. Sometimes 15 would be an excellent day for on a wagon, covered wagon. Yep, I know that for a fact. Yep, they usually travel about 6, 8, 10 miles a day, and that's about all they travel. Because they just went about as fast as you could walk. And you didn't walk them, you'd walk them an hour or two, and then you let them rest, You didn't walk them 8 hours a day. I mean, what the hell? They just fell over dead. Yeah, them damn movies on covered wagon shows stuff, that's all bullshit. I'm telling you, that's all bullshit. Yeah. That horse had to be fed and watered about every 2 hours, about every three or 4 hours max if you was plowing him. They had to break for lunch and you had to feed and water that horse. Yeah. It'd be like you going all day long without eating. Think about that shit. And besides that, they didn't carry a little bit of feed, but they usually let it graze for an hour or two. You see what I'm saying? Well, that's why they only got 12, 10, 12, 15 miles a day, because you go 3 or 4 miles or 5 or 6 miles and you let the horse graze for 2 hours. Like tick, tick, tick. Pretty soon your time run out on a 24-hour period. Let's see here. Yeah, he's supposed to go with me. He says he will. He's going to drive another vehicle. He ain't riding with me. He said he can't ride in that ambulance, hurts his back. I said, you stretch out in the back. I got a gurney. Did I ever plow with a horse? Of course I have. I can drive a 6-up. I don't know where to put my fingers. Put the the leads, you call them bridles, whatever, the leads in their hand, you know, to, you know, you mainly just got to steer that front horse. The rest of them going to follow, guarantee it. But yeah, it's like the right bridles go in this hand of the leads, and the left hand, and then the right hand, and then your top horses go over over your finger, your index fingers. That's if you're driving a 6-up. You're just driving two or a pair of horses or team, and then then you just got uh, two over here and two over there. 6, you got all these fingers covered, and the top horse is on top. Yep, I've drove horses. Yeah, and I plowed too. I was raised on a damn farm, dairy actually. Well, you got to travel when it's time for you to want to go out and do something. I got a friend in Knox, Texas. She lives down there in Knox, Texas, and she's wanting to get her a van and do some traveling. I guess do the winter or whatever, or summer or whatever. She didn't say. Well, she got to save up and buy her a van. She has a little travel trailer, but she took her forever to pull it from Florida to Texas. I don't think she wants to pull it no more. All mules are some of the orneriest animals you ever dreamed of in your life. They're ornery. We had we were young. Dad had a pair of Clydesdale mules. It's mixed with Clydesdales. Huge. I mean, Jenny and Jack. And they just hated him. And one time they went behind him in the barn because they was feeding and they tried to squish him, and he had to take his pocket knife and poke him in the rib so they wouldn't slam him up against the stall and crush his ass. Because he was so damn mean to him. Boy, I've seen a set of mules that pull better than a tractor. And what you did is, a long time ago, they'd get cars stuck and they'd come up to the farm to get us to pull them out. I'll tell this story. And you take Jenny and Jack, you hook onto that car now, and I don't care if it was plumb past his floorboards, plumb up in the mud, and they'd squat down in that mud. And when they hooked up, and if that car did not move, they give it up. You'd have to unhook. You couldn't make them pull twice. You'd have to unhook them, bring them around, hook them up again, because it was a new pull. They're pretty damn smart. But I'll tell you what, when they hunkered down to pull in that mud, something was coming. If it was the front axle, something was coming out of that mud. I'm telling you. We used to swim the Arkansas River and the old Washita up here in Oklahoma when it was on the rise. You know how you swim go across the raging river on horseback? You slide your little ass off and you hang on to that tail. Because that horse will angle across that raging river, and he'll bring you to the other side. And right before he gets up on land, you just pull yourself back up on top of on the saddle in the horn, pull yourself back up, set back up. But you don't ride him on the back. That's when they cross them damn rivers. I've seen them damn cowboy movies. They're setting up there in that saddle there. That's bullshit. That's all bullshit. You slide your ass off of that horse and let the horse do swimming himself. He'll pull you along. And you don't try to guide him or bridle him or anything. Let him lead himself. He'll get across that river. You just hang on to his tail, and you hang on to your lead, your bridle. But your bridle is 6 foot long. You don't try to lead him. You just hang on, just so you have it when you get up on dry land. Yeah, back in the good old days, I remember all them good old days. I remember Mr. Brooks left his racehorses out on a damn island when the flood came by, and they got washed off the island, and he was trying to rope them in time to a bridge. My dad just couldn't let them go. There's already broke their wind, so there's already dead, more or less. And he had his kids out there on that damn raging river, trying to get them horses across the dry land. They didn't have a bridle on them. They didn't have a saddle on them. They didn't have nothing. Yeah. We just hung on to their mane and away we went. And we'd angle ourselves back and go out there and get another. He had about 25, 30 of them trapped out there on that island. That was when the day the flood come by. My dad didn't like it at all. Of course, we was raised on that river. We wasn't scared of it at all. Even though there was houses and trees and shit coming waddling down the river. Big old cottonwood trees come rolling down that river. Hell, you just duck down and let it go. Yeah, I can swim in a raging river, even probably nowadays. Yep. I know how to fight. You don't fight that river. You let that river fight you. It'll bring you across it. Sometimes you went up a half a mile, a quarter of a mile, 3/4 of a mile, and angle yourself back down to that island. Because you don't just swim straight across, because you'd end up in China. You had to go up 3/4 of a mile and follow that river and bring it on across. Then you get that horse and you'd angle him across there. And it'd be about, I don't know, mile and a half. The whole time you got done, you was a mile and a half from where you straightly see across the river. So you took him 3/4 of a mile downriver to get him across in dry land. Because they get all excited. They don't know what the hell's going on. They need somebody. They're not, and they were standing up with their bellies in the water to begin with. We saved them over half of them. Most of them drowned. They hit the bridge, hit them. They hit the bridge. Back in the good old days. Ain't nothing about the damn good old days worth of shit. But, well, that's back in the good old days. No, they ain't no damn good old days. Somebody tell you there's the good old days. They didn't live the damn good old days. That's the damn truth. Been there and done that and got the t-shirt. That's what my sister used to say. God bless her old soul. She's dead now. Yeah, been there, done that, and got the t-shirt. So I've had, like I said, been there and done a lot of stuff. Remember it well. Back in the day, a lot of people used livestock. They don't use livestock like they used to unless you go to a Amish farm or some kind of Mennonites or whatever. I mean, they don't. Stock back in days was tough. Hell, racehorses ain't tough. We had an old swayback nag. See the old gray nag? Swayback, and her back went like that. You could take that sucker up to the Arkansas River, and it was be a raging. Hell, it's a mile and a half across that damn thing. That's where they ever built damn dam down yonder. But anyway, she'd jump off 20 foot off the bank, and old belly'd hit that water, and you'd slide back, and she could swim like a duck. And she didn't fight the water and try to keep her whole shoulders and head up. She leveled off just a little bit above her, right below her eyes and ears, and she'd stretch out, and boy, she could swim. Her swimming horses just like swimming people. Some of them fight, try to keep her head above water like that. Well, hell, that ain't a horse. You don't ride that damn horse. That horse is crazy. It drowns you out there. You know, swayback. Oh, she'd just plop off in that water and stretch out, and all you'd see was just right about here, but above the water, and that was it. And she could swim. That was a good horse. Wasn't worth shit drive on dry land though. She's too damn sway back. Your damn feet hit the floor. Yeah, people don't live like that anymore. They don't live like anything anymore. It's a gimme world. Give me this, give me that. My kids started that crap. I think and their kids started it, and their kids' kids started it. One of these days, like I said, if crap ever hit the fan, like all these preppers, yeah, I'm a prepper, just like anybody. But I mean, I'm not one fanatic prepper. I prep against a hurricane, a tornado, or tsunami, or something, earthquake. I mean, they they got you all scared to the end of times coming tomorrow. The government's going to collapse. Blah blah blah. To me, if it ever did that, where you had an EMP come by and civilization was gone, well, about 90% of the people would be gone with it because they would not know how to survive. And that's the truth. I mean, some people, like I said, I don't watch TV. I don't watch the internet. But even when my power went off, I didn't get excited. I didn't even turn on anything or even worry about getting power to the next day because I knew everything in the freezer should be all right for 24 hours. And I was out of electric. They was off a line for 12 hours, and I got the generator started and plugged them all back in. So everything was still frozen, But if it really hit like it was a long time ago, how many people? I mean, if there's no stores, how much food have you got back? Have you got 2 years worth of food? Remember that's why we have Thanksgiving, because the white man about starved to death. The Indian fed him. Shouldn't have fed him, probably. That's what I'm saying. I mean, my legs hurt. Ain't no telling. But most preppers, I watch some of these preppers from different countries right north of us, and some of them here in America. They don't know what hard times are. They preach a good stick and this, that, and the other, but you got to have this $500 knife and all this other stuff. It's all right to put stuff back. Everybody's done it. Canned goods, this, that, and the other. A true prepper didn't even care if they didn't have. They already had enough toilet paper. They already had enough this. They had enough that. I didn't run out and buy anything. Because I didn't panic. I had plenty of shit at home, and they're about ready to get panicked again. They're going to worry about this January the 20th. Well, Trump has to leave and Biden's there, or Trump stays and Biden throws a fit. Who cares? The United States ain't going to just collapse because they're just arguing over a president. We're more than just a president, people. Did you know that? We are more than just any president. We are a nation under God, remember? So, to me, let them fight it out. Let them argue it out. Hell, let them count them votes they get tired of counting. I don't care. I did my job. I voted, and I'm done. The rest of it belongs to them. But if the whole world right now is hurting, and if you don't think the whole world is hurting, go look at some of these little foreign countries, South America's countries, and over there in African countries. They got the COVID, and they got it bad. It's killing, out of 10 people, it's killing anywhere from 3 to 4 people. And they claim it's going to kill 7 out of 10 before it's over with. We ain't quite that damn bad yet. I'm saying we might not get that way. Good Lord, when we don't. But you know, they ain't got no way. The poor has no way to isolate themselves. Even here in America, the poor has to get out and go to work or starve to death. Which is it more cruel to starve to death? Because that's painful as hell. Starving to death takes you about, I don't know, about 2 or 3 months, completely starved to death on just either meat or eakings. Maybe you make 6 months. Or is it easier to just die, get the COVID and die? So they said, well, hell, I'll just go to work and protect myself the best I can. You would be surprised how many medical personnel we have lost in this country. Yeah, yeah. And they're trying to take care of you. Of course, they get paid for it. Some of them get paid pretty well. But look at your Walmart workers. Them poor girls and guys that work at Walmart, you think they can afford to take off for 2 or 3 months and this COVID shit's over with? Hell no, they got to eat. Well, that's a strange question. I think that you're both getting cheated. How about that? That's the best way to do it. You're both getting cheated. You and them. Now you're going to ask me why. Everybody claims that's the oldest profession, but that's not. Husbandry is taking care of animals is the oldest profession. Like a farmer, but this is way before farming. Animal husbandry was the oldest profession. Look it up. It's in the Bible. It takes two in some situations, like you're talking about. I hope we ain't got another troll. People handle it. No, I don't believe in. There's like a lot of things that happens in the world. It's a give and take society, and I'll be honest with you. It's what a person perceives as acceptable. In some societies, what we might not think is acceptable in other societies is acceptable. That's what I'm saying. But like I said, there's a lot of things in the world that your best bet is to worry about yourself, keep yourself above board, and that way, everybody wants to worry about their neighbor immoralities and their dealings and this, that, and the other, but they forget about their own. To me, I think you need to concentrate on your own, and your neighbors will take care of his own. That's what I think. Ain't no telling what's going on nowadays in life. I look for the next, I don't know, 6 months. It's going to be really rough. And I'm going to tell you why. We've got a president that don't want to give up the election because he thinks he was cheated. He might have been. I don't know. I ain't counting them damn votes. Then you got a president, if you don't, is coming into the White House. He's coming into the White House without being informed or anything else. What's the latest bullshit? That's a threat against the security in the Senate. It's going to be hard next 6 months. No, that's all right. Take them phone calls. You know, this is just something to spend your time on because basically we ain't got nothing else doing. There ain't nothing on damn TV but Corona or the election result crap. But they don't even have the results yet. Jesus Christ, help us all. I'm going to do some more stuff tomorrow. We're going to go to Kansas. I'll do some videoing up that way and see what else is going on. I got to make sure my dogs are taken care of here in the house. Change their poopy pads because I know they're going to use the hell out of them while I'm gone. I'll get up early and leave them out for about 30 minutes or so they can do their business. But still, they're trained to them poopy pads, so they'll be using that until I get back. Hey, Rosanna, what you doing? Oh, yes, I plan on doing my social distances and everything else. That is the truth. That is the truth. You're waiting for a meatloaf to get done. Ooh, I love good meatloaf. I hate when you go to a restaurant and they got an inch and a half of ketchup on top of it. Really? That's how you made a meatloaf. You put an inch and a half of ketchup on top of some meat, you know, hamburger meat. I mean, you can't taste anything but the ketchup. I usually rake all the crap off of it. And then the waitress said, "You didn't like your meatloaf?" I said, "No, I don't like ketchup. Not that damn much ketchup anyway." That's why a lot of times I'll make my own meatloaf. It's like barbecue. If you cook perfect and good barbecue and it don't stand on its own without the sauce, without the barbecue sauce, then that ain't worth a shit for barbecue. Barbecue should stand on its own 2 feet. It's the same way with a meatloaf. It should stand on its own 2 feet without an inch and a half of ketchup on top of it. Well, ketchup's all right. It's just tomato sauce and brown sugar is all it is. But the point about it is, I want more flavor than just ketchup. Hell, I would just put some hot sauce on the damn eggs instead of ketchup on them. I had a kid that put brown sugar in their beans. Here I was putting vinegar and onions and cornbread, and they was putting brown sugar in them. I let them eat it any way they wanted to. That was their mother's problem. Well, I mean, little ketchup ain't, I use tomato sauce. What I use, I put tomato sauce in my damn hamburger, in my hamburger meat when I make it up. And most people will put ketchup on it, keep it from burning on top. Well, that's why I keep the damn thing with with aluminum foil over the top of it. Yeah, ketchup is sweet. It's got brown sugar in it. You take tomato sauce and brown sugar and a little bit of salt, pepper, and a few other little seasonings, and you make your own damn ketchup. You did it before. They do it again. Yep. Yep. Like I said, it's just sometimes it's just what your taste buds like. That's what I'm thinking. Because I mean, some people I like the taste of vinegar. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people don't like vinegar pie. I love vinegar pie. It's wangy. You make it like a gel, like you would make pecan, gelatin from pecan pie. That's just brown sugar. But you make a vinegar gelatin without like vinegar, and it's got a wang to it. Be like a lemon pie. Remain, what do they call it? Stuff. Uh, what do they call that filler? see a loss out there. My puppies are doing great, Rosetta. They are doing really good. Yeah, they're doing really good. I was born way before TV was ever invented. Yeah, I remember. I remember the first television. There's about the size of a dinner plate, and the cabinet was as big as a Chester drawer. Yeah, and it was ugly, ugly screen. It was greenish, grayish looking. You couldn't hardly tell what the people looked like anyway. Mm. I think we got our first TV in, I want to say 47, 48, maybe 50, somewhere in that area. Maybe 51. I can't remember 3 or 4. Been a long time ago. TVs. Huh. Most people wouldn't have them in their house. They called it a devil's box. That ain't no shit. Called it the devil's box. Okay. Hope everything works out. Guess he's going to the hospital or something. Tell us how it went. Good Lord, we'll pray. Let everything be fine with everybody. No light, no suffering. Hell, I do it enough of it myself. Hi, Stephanie. Okay. I don't remember a lot of things on some of these people. Some of them I do. I watch them all the time, but some people I never heard of. But like I said, there's so much stuff going on in the world right now. If you can't be kind and considerate to others, that speaks of what kind of person you are. You know, that's all we got left. I mean, the government's fighting, the COVID's taking over, schools are shut down. You can't hug your grandkid. I mean, how bad is it? Okay, that's pretty damn bad. At least we can try to be kind and considerate to others. Mm. That's what my theory is. Uh, well, well, Granny is a special little old person that's trying to do the best she can for her grandkid. Been there, done that, and got the t-shirt. So you can't blame her for it, because I mean she's probably on a severe fixed income. Granny Marino's who we're talking about. So she's doing the best she can. That's what I look at. Hey, Granny. And it's hard. It's hard. I mean, I've been there and done that, this, that, and the other. I mean, when me and my wife was first married, good Lord, we were just kids. And I was either the first or second year went by. I think that was second, first year, something like that. I think it was first year. Hell, all we had for Christmas dinner was a can of peas. I think it was Christmas or Thanksgiving. Can't remember. We had a can of peas. We was trying to live on love. Oh Lord, I remember that to this day. And then our first Christmas together, she wrote me a big old letter telling me how much she loved me and this, that, and the other. That was my Christmas present. Was that letter? Still got it somewhere. And I don't know what I got her. I got her some little something. She didn't have no money, so she wrote me this big old love letter. And hell, that meant more than hell any damn thing else did. Oh, hi, Granny. Yeah, you'd be surprised what really means something to you. Uh, I took out her old toaster oven. The damn thing was burned all up. And should throw it in the damn trash, but I decided I was going to put the dogs out. I'll put it up because every time I seen it, she'd say, "Is it done yet? Is it done yet?" She'd ride up in her wheelchair and say, "Is it done yet? Is it done yet?" Okay, I'll let you out. I'll be right back. You guys take care. I'm coming. Give me a break. Oh, let's go. Come on, big boy. Well, I'm back. That's what MacArthur said. He didn't come back till after the war. Trust me. That's what he told him in the Philippines. I'll be back. He didn't come till after the war was over with. Come on. What in the... Okay. I need to catch up here. Oh, you live on love when you're young. You give it up when you get older. Then common sense kicked you in the butt. Yeah, my dogs had to go out. One of the things, they had to go out about every 2 hours. I'm up to 2,809 steps on my little watch. I'll get hopefully 3,000 in before I go to bed. Yep, things are something else. I got my mailing address on my About page now, and I got my email address. Hardly ever read my emails, though. In fact, I need to start reading them. Oh, let me say, tell you. Boy, I got plenty of moderators now. Well, there's so much goodness in the world. Hopefully, it'll hide all the badness in the world. That's the way I look at it. Well, we're still here, though. How's that dog pen coming you got, Granny? I gotta get me a portable dog pen, and I gotta do that in the next 3 days. Because I'm gonna set the pen up to put my dogs in it, and then that way on traveling, I don't like to tie them to anything. What am I gonna do for Thanksgiving? I'll probably be on the road somewhere. Buy me a TV dinner. I ain't going to IHOPs no more. We didn't call for a reservation. Nothing. I don't think it was open. It was an IHOP. Oh, that was the nastiest damn food I ever tasted in my life. It cost us $60 for garbage. I mean, it was bad. Hell, a damn TV dinner would have been better. Big Hungry Man TV dinner would have been a hell of a lot better. I guess we got the ambiance of a crowd. There wasn't very many people in there, though. Well, he's going to go to steakhouse, and they was full. So that's what happened. We ended up there. And cried about it. Oh, Chris, my son's going to go with me. I think he's going to go with me to Arizona. I'm going to him with Kansas to pick up them welders. He says you're going to take the car. I said, I hope they fit in it. There's just little old wire welders anyway. So I guess. You know how you can make it? We buy stuff, me and him both. He's more than I am because he needs it and I don't need it. Buy stuff at auctions and then put it on eBay, Buyer's Guide, or Etsy shop or whatever. I don't have an Etsy shop, but I think he does. Something I can't remember. But anyway, and resell it and make him a living. Because right now he's not able to work. He's going to have to. They're checking him for his lungs and everything else. He has real bad breathing issues, and it ain't COVID-19. It's like maybe it could be lung cancer or something. God forbid. But he has a real hard time breathing, and it could be his weight. He came to live with me about 5 years ago, and I probably put 100 pounds on him or more. So I fatten people up around me. I can't eat it. I let them eat it. That's what I do. I have to watch my sugar level. I got to watch my sugar level. I can't eat it. I'm going back and looking at all my deals. I got to get rid of these. And most of these things I watch is I I like them singers. What are their name of? Seasons in the Sun. I forget the name of them. Backstreet Boys. That's what they are. I like them. And I also like Sugarland. And I like Brooks and Dunn. Who else? I like everybody singing. Hell, I used to have a pretty good voice till I had throat cancer. That ended that. Can't sing now. I couldn't carry a tune if I had to. I tried to learn the piano because my mother-in-law, she taught piano and violin. So I had her try to show me how to play the piano. And you don't bang on a piano, you barely move your fingers. You don't go doom, doom, doom. She said, that ain't playing the piano, that's beating it up. And then I tried to play a guitar. I still got both a piano and a guitar, by the way. I got an organ and piano. But anyway, and guitar. And then I bought me a, what they call it? I was going to say transformer, but it's uh, an amplifier. That's what it is. It amplifies the guitar. Should have left it without no amplifier. It sounds real bad now. Oh. God, I pray for her. Hope she gets better with that COVID. Oh my God. Pray that we get them. If not that bad. I worry about Chris sometimes about getting COVID. I told him he'd have to live in that part of the house. You got your own kitchenette back there. You'll have to buy your own groceries. Or come and steal mine in the middle of the night. Ain't no telling. She work them workers in the hospital. They are doctors, nurses, technicians of any kind, X-ray, whatever they are. They're taking a hell of a chance, and they ain't getting paid for it. They probably don't even get appreciated for it. You know. That's what I'm saying. Hell. Hey, there's my guy that lives up in the Nevada area. Next time I'm up there, I'm gonna look him up. I'll make a moderator out of him. Uh, yeah, I'm like I said, I heard Nevada's getting bad too up there. That's me, LOL. Yeah, I gotta get. I do you know a what is her name? I don't want to know her by her first name. Raven. Do you know a Raven that lives up there right before you get into Montello? She lives on the left side through a gate. Uh, it looks like a old Dodge camper or something. She was really nice. I bought some land up there pretty close to her. She was telling me all about it. I need to get her mailing address and send her a Christmas card or something. Maybe it's a Christmas present. She paints like I do. She likes art. Maybe I'll send her some paints and some canvases. Yeah. I got her, what do they call it? Her phone number and text. I could text her and get her mailing address. Uh, she's a single woman living by herself. You're on the other side of the mountain from Montello? What mountain is that? That ain't Pilot Peak. It'd be the other one. Because if you was on the other side of Pilot Peak, you'd be in Utah. About 10 miles. There's another mountain there somewhere. Something. You know where the airport is there in Montello? Up on the mountain where that guy's got that little airport. It's by that ranch, Gamble Ranch. Yeah, by Gamble Ranch, you turn left. There's an airport. I'll land on the other side of him up in the mountain. That's one spot. Yep. I got 3 spots up there. Mm. He's been trying to buy that property that I bought up there by that airport. It's halfway up the mountain. It's an airstrip. Yeah, that's it. Up there's an airstrip. I own land on the other side, north of him. I guess it's north. In other words, yeah, be north. Or is it? Hell, I don't know. Northwest. Yeah, northwest of him, somewhere out there. I don't want to sell nothing. I'm too old to sell and wheel and deal. You used to work for the ranch? Yeah, I got a place up there buying. They didn't know that place was for sale or available. How the story went on this, and I bought it off of a guy that bought it. That bought it off of a widow, and he was in Pennsylvania. He had never seen it, and I'd never seen it either. So, but I bought 3 different pieces of property. I've never seen none of them. Then I went up there and I found them. And he said, "Oh, I want." He didn't know it was available. Blah blah blah. And it's right in the middle of his ranch. It's right there in the middle of that ranch, up there by the airstrip. I said, "I'll just keep it. It's up there. Got electric on there. I'm pretty close to it too. I'd say within 300 feet, there's electricity. I guess you can buy a couple electric poles." Oh, it's a big ranch. No, I ain't lying. That is a big ranch. I'm would be up by the airstrip. I'm northwest or north. Yeah, up there north of the airstrip. Behind them, up on that mountain. It works out. You live out there full time up there in around Montello? I don't live there. I live down here in Oklahoma. I just bought it because I knew the real estate guy. He's about to lose his britches. You work at Elko? My son's a truck driver. He's going to find him a job in Elko. I don't know what you do for a living. I don't work no more, by the way. I don't do nothing. Too old. Too old, too contrary. It's pretty up there. That's what I liked about it. It's very pretty. And peaceful. There ain't nobody bothering you. Yeah. I don't have to work, thank God. I don't know what if I did. I'd have to be working back in the lab. I couldn't walk very much. Uh, I know one thing: when you quit working and you sit on your tough for a year or 6 months or whatever, you couldn't even hardly go back to work. I volunteered there for a while. How cold is it up there tonight on that side of the mountain? I guess I could Google it. Have you had any snow yet? Roseanne, I don't think a lot of us need to work anymore. I wouldn't have no patience with them. I don't think I'd have any patience to work. Hmm. I don't think I'd get along with my employer. And if I got started my own business again, I don't think I'd get along myself. Uh, about 30 degrees. Well, it's I don't know how cold it is. It's pretty warm here. Yeah, it's pretty warm here in Oklahoma. About 60 miles north of Oklahoma City. Yeah, between 50 and 60 miles north of Oklahoma, northwest of Oklahoma City. That's where I'm staying at the moment. Yeah. Yeah, the older you get, the less you want to be told what to do. It's, I'd hate to be I volunteered one time at the food bank, handing out groceries to some of them people. Ooh, uh, I took down their information, seeing that they was eligible. They had to have a gas bill or electric bill or some kind of bill within address in that county or that where I was, where we was handing out the food. And then people were hateful. And I was like, I'm just trying to do a job. Then I decided, oh, I don't want to work up the front desk. I want to work in the back. Because that way they just put food in boxes and slide it down, out the window and people pick it up. I like that better. Of course, then I wanted to volunteer at a thrift store, and I decided I'd better not do that because I'd have all that junk. I'm a hoarder. Yeah, I'm a hoarder from way back. I'm going to get my bus up in Montana and leave it. And Chris is going to build a cabin up there by the airport. And the other place, I'm going to put a shipping container. I got it all figured out. Anything I don't have to work at, I'll be all right. Yeah. I want me a greenhouse and 4 chickens. Yeah, 4 chickens. That's it seems. Yeah, it's better behind the scenes. You're in line. I don't know what you do for a living, but my son was a truck driver. Still wants to be one. Me, I worked in a lab for years and years and years. I was a biologist. Worked in a lab. Now I don't work at all. I couldn't work at all. I don't think I could stand on my feet that long. I got some land up there by the water tower. Yeah, I bought some land up there by the water tower in Tello. Come think of it. And still ain't got no water. They got 2 big water tower drum looking things. Yeah, I bought some land up there too. 10 acres at a time is what I bought. I didn't buy nothing smaller than 10 acres. I don't want no neighbor that close. Oh, I just probably go up there for the summer, for a month or so in the summer, or 2 months in the summer. That's what I think. I like to paint paintings and stuff like that, so that's why I bought land up in the mountains, sort of, in the desert, high mountains. Hmm. But a lot of people nowadays, uh, I don't know what you'd work at really to be safe. I don't think you can. Well, there you go. I'm a microbiologist. I look at the little stuff. They paid pretty good. I studied there for a while, being a marine biologist. Didn't like that because I don't like the water that much. So I went into water and wastewater treatment plants and deceleration plants and osmosis and all the other good crap. I need to shave and take a shower tonight and clean up if I'm going to go out and meet the public tomorrow. Well, we're all going to make a living doing something. I owned a painting company. I owned a cleaning service company. I bought stocks and bonds in a phone company. I did all kinds of crazy stuff raising kids. And you'd think I'd appreciate it, but I don't know whether they do or not. They're grown anyway. They don't bother me no more. I was been watching some of your videos. Mm. Yeah, it's like me, master, jack of all trades and a master of none. Yep, I've been there and done that. Let's see what else I did. Got myself into one time. Oh, became a fitter welder for CMI. They built road equipment. Yeah, CMI road equipment, and I was a fitter welder. Fitter welder B. And then I decided I didn't want to be a welder all my life. I was just a kid then. Then I worked for WW Steel Company when I was a kid. Then I worked at a chicken ranch when I was I liked that job better than any of them. Didn't pay nothing. I liked working with the chickens. We used to vaccinate them, debeak them, and all that other good crap. Yep, that was a fun job. And we used to ship them at night, go in there and collect them and put them in carriers and ship them to another place and all that other crap. Back when I was a kid. Then I worked at a Swanson's packaging turkeys. Yeah, at a slaughterhouse. And then I worked at Janger Eggs at an egg place. Damn, I worked a lot of damn little odds and end jobs. Finally got my education, then I sat in the lab and stared at a damn wall that didn't even have a damn window in it. Yeah, that's what happened to me. Worked in the basement. That's where they put all the biologists down in the basement. Yeah, we were taking blood samples and blood fluids. I worked at a morgue too for a while. Didn't like messing with dead bodies. You know, they didn't give me much trouble as a living would. You cremate one of them, boy, you don't send them in head first. You send them in feet first. They'll beat you to death. In a crematorium. Whereas, back when they had insane asylums, being a beekeeper, huh? Now that would be interesting work. Get all the honey you want free. So you remember when they had that great big die off of the bees? They don't never what they call that black something that all the bees died from. It was a fungus. Maybe it was before your time. The black fungus that the bees died from. They died from this all over the world. Some kind of black fungus. I know we looked at it under a microscope and stuff back in the day. I think we're all that and that much more. Uh, uh, yeah, that was back in the 70s, late 60s and 70s, back in them days. Yeah, lost it, huh? Well, there you go. It's probably caused all of the die off. Bees, they're great, but if they get a disease or a fungus or something, man, you're all the beehives are got it like overnight. Boom! It's there you go. There you go. Hmm. Well, like I said, I went into my father-in-law. God bless his old heart. He's dead now. He was a Austrian Jew. He said if you put a third of your money in real estate, a third of your money in stocks and bonds, and then keep a third of it out for working capital, you'll never be broke. That's what his motto was. And my dad used to say, well, if you got to work outside the farm, you need to get a minimum wage job, and you need to get two of them. And then my mother used to say, if you ever get something paid for, don't never mortgage it, or don't never put a lien against it. Don't. In other words, if you buy a house and it's paid for, don't mortgage it to buy a bigger house. If the house that you're going to buy can't stand on its own, you don't want it. And besides, if it didn't work out, you can always move back into the little house. That was her motto. Well, that looked like it'd be a lot of work. You know, Cleopatra raised bees back in the day. They had funnier looking beehives. I don't know where I could take care of bees. You know, if they'd sting me, and I'd probably have to take an EpiPen. I'd probably be allergic to them. Well, you know, they had a great big bee die off, I heard, and that ain't been very many years ago. Or maybe you guys know more about it than I do. Ain't no telling what's going to go on. CCB. Excuse me, CCD. Colony collapse. Uh, well, they had them killer bees. I heard they was coming back up from Texas. They're supposed to be a hardy breed. They say if you can run over 12 mile an hour, they can't keep up. I couldn't run 3 mile an hour, so they eat me. I'd be dead meat, like that show, Thunderdome. Dead meat, dead meat. That little kid running and jumping in the back of that car, trunk of that car and going down that tunnel. Dead meat, dead meat. Hello, Granny. like I said, one day at a time is all I look forward to, you know. And if you accomplish that at my age, I think you're doing great. Hey, Jan. Uh, well, thank you. Uh, like I said, I don't. Like I said, I plan one day at a time, and then I try to look for the future, and then I think, okay, that's what I'm going to do. But a lot of times, a lot of things come up. When you gonna get back on the road and start taking some new stuff, Jan? I love watching all the ones you have taken before. It's probably that COVID got you trapped in. Probably got you trapped in. I'm doing pretty good. Like I said, uh, I'm really can't go visit any of the relatives because all them little great grandkids and stuff will probably get me sick. So uh, I'm gonna do something else for Thanksgiving. Do something. Canada's done had their Thanksgiving. I can't even go to foreign countries. I would have went with Terry to Costa Rica, but he can't get back in to see his wife either. So he's an American, she's a Costa Rican. So there you go. And I can't go over in Greece or Europe over there. They won't let you. They stuff break out everywhere. So you're trapped in the continental United States. I don't think you can even get over into Canada. I don't know where you can. If you're going to drive to Alaska, why don't they let you cross the border into Canada to go to Alaska? Huh. I don't know. You bet. I ain't taking no chances either. I'm going to go out in the middle of the desert and sit there. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, they have their Thanksgiving around October the 12th. I knew that. Yeah, I heard it was closed. A friend of mine said that it was closed, and I'm saying, okay, so the only way I could get to Alaska is go around the western side out and take a ferry and go in to Anchorage that way, I guess. You know, 'cause they got a ferry that leaves in Washington, and you can go. It'll take you around and drop you off in the. I want to say the Panhandle of Alaska. Down that little neck. I do know that much. Well, and it's so expensive to go to Alaska, and living in Alaska or staying in Alaska is not cheap. Truckers can get in, huh? My son's a trucker. What if I could hitchhike a ride in the back of the sleeper? They probably get me for uh, crossing the border illegal. I don't need to go up there though. I think I'll stay in the continental United States. That's what I think I'll do. I think I'll just stay out there and there. Yeah, that COVID's got everybody slowed down and stopped. I was a traveler now. I lied. My wife passed away and I got bored. I just hop on a plane or get on a boat or take a cruise, do something. Yep, there you go. You've been there on that ferry too, huh? I knew you'd know it. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Well, like I said, my kids are grown, grandkids are grown, and they can worry about the great race. And I just do what I won't do anymore. I I got a passport. I don't think it's up to date though. Come to think about it, I got to think. Don't think so. You're traveling around, see things. Where you about? So, what state or country are you in now? Is it going to take that long? Damn, it'd take me 10 years then. I ain't done anything in 3 years, I think. Something like that. Maybe longer. I can't remember. You're at home? That's good. I'm at home too. I'm stuck here. I don't think if you fly straight in from the United States into Alaska, you don't have to have a passport as long as it don't touch you down on any other land. If it's a straight flight. You don't have to have a passport. But hell, you don't get to take nothing with you but a suitcase. Shit. I want to take my RV. Not, I don't know whether they got to be a straight flight from Seattle or something straight into Anchorage. Yeah, somewhere in that area. Yeah. Hell, I just go on a ferry. Shit. I'm right on around. That's what I do. I'm gonna keep my ass out of Alaska. It's too damn cold. And then we got like 2 months of nice weather up there. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I would think. They'd have a straight flat plan. You live north of Seattle. I don't know. Like I said, I'm in Oklahoma, in the middle of the continent of the United States. Yeah, me too. I've been to quite a few continents. Couldn't think of it. I even been to the Antarctica. Went down there to look at the little bitty bugs and germs and crap in the frozen ice. There you go. Choo Choo knows. 6.49 right now. That probably is a good price. I think the cheapest flight you can get, the cheapest flight is into Las Vegas, anywhere in the continental United States. Hell, some of them, like from Oklahoma, one time they had a flight from Oklahoma City to Las Vegas for $68. Really? Probably cost you 600 and something flying from Las Vegas out though. That get you one way or the other. If you had any money to get on a plane after you went to Las Vegas, that's what I would think. I don't gamble, so there you go. I'd have all my money. Yeah, you got to pay the tax. It's been years and years and years. Well, I went to Greece and I went to Costa Rica where they got the big old uh, uh, um, balls of granite or something made out of rock. Europe's a breed all by itself. You talk about people liking your money but don't like you. There's Europe, all in a handbasket. Yeah, the only reason they're going to do that, me and George Rapidas went from Greece to France, and they stole his luggage and go. I said, they're going to put you in the Bastille if you don't shut up, George. He threw the biggest fit you ever seen in your life. I said, there's thieves. He was so mad at the France. It was unreal. I said, well, that's why I got a backpack on, George. He had luggage that he had to sit out all the time. Somebody stole his luggage. I said, that's why I carry a backpack and very little clothing. Haven't you ever heard of backpack across Europe? They coined the phrase. Well, I guess what happens in Las Vegas can stay in Las Vegas. Yeah. I ain't gonna leave the continental United States no more. That's what I made my mind up. I can't drive it. I ain't going. And if I had to be stopped at the border to be inspected, I don't want to go across there either. That's my motto. I think so. Oops. I don't think I want to go across. What's this? Yeah, I don't think I want to go across the border anymore. Well, Roseanne, I'm sorry about your loss. And since my wife done, I did all that I did stuff because I'm, my job and stuff. But then I did a little crazy stuff going here, there, and yonder. And then uh, now since that COVID step, I don't think I'll ever leave the United States. Hell, I have to worry about going to a different state. Am I going to be trapped there? You can't get back, or all this other stuff. That's my motto. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So far, they ain't got us where we can't go across state lines. Hey, I'm with you 100%. I'm not going into California either. Have you got any produce? You got any potatoes? You know how they are. They want to check everything. Yeah, really. I'm gonna let It is a bad time. It's a severe bad time to travel nowadays. Mm. Well, like I said, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay in the continental United States, and I think I'll stay west of the Mississippi. I don't like back east that much. Now I'll say south of the Mason Dixon. That little neck up there towards New York, I'm gonna stay away from it. There's too many people. They got too much cobra up there. Nothing bad about the people, just too many of them. Okay, we'll see about that. Chickasha. Hmm, that ain't very far from here. We used to go to Chickasha and see the Christmas lights. If you meant Chickasha, Oklahoma. That's what we did. We see the Chickasha, Oklahoma Christmas lights. We had a big park, a whole bunch built in the park. Oh, it was beautiful down there. I used to take my wife down there years ago. Yeah, the Christmas lights are nice. You get go to my about page and drop me email. Uh, like I said, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I know I'm gonna get out of here for Thanksgiving. See, my wife's birthday was the 10th. Our anniversary was the 20th of October. Thanksgiving was always one of her special days, and she loved uh, to spend time with the kids around Christmas. So it's from October to January. It's sort of a depressing thing. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good people. That, I mean, like I said, I offered a woman that traveled. She couldn't find no BLM land to stay on. I said, well, go out there where I bought property, and I gave her the address. And I said, you can go camp on it as long as you want to. I don't care. I ain't out there. I don't care. But a lot of them road traveling people had a hard time finding camp spots during this COVID. They're still having trouble because some of the BLM land is off limits, and some of the places are booked up. Like RV camps of parks and stuff. They're booked up, and they ain't taking on anybody new. So therefore, they're sort of stuck. Like I told them, I didn't care how long they stayed, as long as they picked up their trash. I'm not a trash guy. Well, that ain't bad. $15 per night, that ain't bad. Uh, I got a card for government land and what they call it, reserves and stuff. It don't cost me about $8 a night, $7 or $8 a night. Don't cost much at all, and that's with electricity and water. That's a wonderful price. Yeah, I've been there and done that. Like I said, I got one of them BLM land cards for state and federal parks, and it don't cost me much. Oh, thank you. I thought somebody understood what I was talking about. Mine's a disabled card. They got the elderly card. They got the disabled card. They got the elderly Eagle card, and mine's a disability card. So mine's a little cheaper than what you're saying, but it works. It didn't cost me a dime for it. I just went down to the BLM Bureau of Land Management and gave them all my paperwork and this, that, and the other, and they issued me a card. Like going to Yellowstone, stuff like that, I get in free. Don't cost nothing. See, you had to pay. They shouldn't have made you pay anything, Jan, but if you're not disabled, they make you pay for the damn thing. I mean, hell, you worked. That's what I'm saying. They want people to go to these parks and this, that, and the other. Well, they should make it affordable for them. I feel sorry for some of the young people, they want to go to a park. What is $30, $40 a night? No, that they can't afford that. Not very many nights of it. 3 nights, it'd be $30. It'd be $90. It cost me about $30 at the most. If the most. Mm. About 10 o'clock, I'll shut this down because we got to go about 9 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah, I'll stay on another 30 minutes or so. I'm not doing anything family thing this year either. I'm not doing anything. 1962, I ain't doing nothing. Oh, I love Red Rock Canyon. I do love Red Rock Canyon. Well, that figures that the city would take it over and raise any damn price. I think they have to follow the state federal guidelines on them though. I think 1962. I think they do. I'm not sure, but I think they have to. Since they took over a state park, they have to honor the state rules or something, maybe. I don't know for sure. I like Watonga Park out in Watonga. Yeah, the park out at Watonga. They charge $10 just to drive in it. Gee, I was there about 3 years ago and it wasn't that bad. Red Rock Canyon, yeah. It's out past El Reno. Yeah. What's that one in Romano's Park out by Watonga? I go out there all the time and fish for stripers. Yeah, Romano's State Park. I go out there all the time. That ain't very far from where I live. Out at Watonga, about 50 miles. That ain't far. There you go. Ah, uh, I'm trying to look at something. Hello, the hell. I can't get the thing to work half the damn time. Cabin in Yosemite. Oh, it's beautiful up in Yosemite. That half dome up there. Oh, yeah. I can relate to that. I might have. I've stayed in a lot of places when we was going to Montana. I mean, Wyoming and up in there as we travel through. I used to go camping up at Yosemite. Used to call it Yosemite when I was little. I couldn't say Yosemite. I used to call it Yosemite. Let me tell you. Well, that's what I called it, Yosemite instead of Yosemite. Hmm, that's what I called it. Oh, that's all right, Granny. We all get wrong buttons. I like going through them tunnels or them tunnels when you drive into Yellowstone. I mean, Yosemite. I like thinking about Yellowstone. Yellowstone ain't nothing but a big old volcano. It scares the hell out of me, especially the caldera. There was a little park somewhere, Lodi, California. Little city park. We always stayed overnight at Lodi, California before we turned it up and went up to Middletown, California, up by Clear Lake and Lower Lake. We stayed at Lodi, California. And when we turned and go up towards Napa, yeah, we stayed at that little Lodi State Park. I mean, yeah, city park, excuse me. That's 100 years ago. Ooh, I can remember that. I imagine the traffic was terrible. I've been in California in 50 years. Been right on the border, but I ain't been in California in 50 years. Wonder if it's changed. No, I bet it's been about 45 years, but I still wonder if it's changed. Been all the way around. It's been Oregon, Washington. Just ain't been in the state of California. That's what I'm saying. Just been all the way around it. That's what I said. Just been all the way around it. Hmm. Oh shit! What the hell is this? I'm trying to work this damn computer. One of these days, I'm telling you, I'm gonna go do some traveling. That's I want. I started off one time. This how stupid I am. I am pretty stupid. I thought about buying a little bit of piece of land, at least an acre, in every state, all 50 states. So my daughter told me I was crazy, but I, I thought, well, hell, if I buy an acre in every state, no matter what town it is, it could be a dirt water town. I don't care. But I could go to that state and stay the night and go to the next state. Stay. I mean, they can't run you off. You own the damn land. And you can find land cheap enough. I mean, you don't have to have the high dollar spot on Fifth Avenue. You can buy a little acre or whatever, a little dirt water spot in a little town. Whip it in your RV and check it out. And say, well, this is my property. Show them the deed. Cop can't run you off. So, well, I'm going to spend the night here, and I'm going to got some business in town. Yeah. Man, I thought I made you a monitor. I think I did. I don't know. If I ever get enough 4,000 hours in a year's time, I'm going to monetize and make me $5 a month. Maybe. Because that's what they're taking out of my PayPal card. I had to have it so I could get buy water up in Montello. They have a community well in it, and they need a credit card. I always make you a moderator. There ain't no trolls in here. They don't like me. They leave. You can't help the mentally ill. Yeah, I made you a moderator. They can't help me. I'm not, they don't want to bother the mentally ill. Good night. I will talk to you later. You have a great one. Next time I'm up there around Montello, I'll look you up. I gave you my phone number, didn't I? Think I did. Uh, Good night. You have a great one. And thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. You'd be surprised who you can meet on this thing. He lives up there by where I bought some land at, up in the mountains, up in the mountain high deserts. That's what I'm going to call it. They don't seem to bother me either, really. You get them every once in a while, but I don't pay much attention to them. I really don't. I feel sorry for them. Why don't they get a damn channel, put up some video, and enjoy themselves? Hell, that's what this shit's about. Is that right, Jan? Ain't this what this about? And Rosanna, it's about enjoying yourself. Most generally, I just sit here by myself. Ain't got nothing else to do. TV I don't know how to work it. It's one of the smart TVs, and it says has no signal. And I said, well, I have the internet. How come you ain't found it? So that's 70 inches of nothing. I got a 42 by my bed, so I'll just turn it on when I want to watch the news. Well, it don't matter how many subs you got either. 1962. If the trolls want to find you by accident, they can pester the living shit out of you. And I think I don't even think it's kids anymore. I think it's grown adults that has lost their way. Got my big screen 70-inch smart TV. I think it's 70. It's either 55, 60, or 70. I don't know. Hell, I ain't measured anything. I bought it a long time ago. I lost interest. I've had it for almost a year and ain't been on yet. I got a light at the bottom. And then when you turn it on, it says, no signal. No, you can't find the internet. It's lost. My grandson will come along, or my granddaughter, or Chris don't know how to work it either. So he said, well, one of them grandkids will come by maybe a bit after the COVID and turn it on for you. I said, okay, I ain't caring. Yeah, he's just searching for my internet that says can't find it. I've got two different internets here at the house. Hello, I'm part of the phone company. Same damn phone company got the internet around. I guess I could call the phone company and tell them to come fix the damn thing. But they ain't into TVs. It's trying to find my regular G5 and then it's trying to find my regular internet. It's got two different signals here. You know, I had two lines put in. I don't think you can find which one it wants. So don't find either one of them. Well, it ain't supposed to have an antenna. It's got, how do I put it? It's got the internet. It don't need a damn antenna. It's got the internet. It don't supposed to need a damn antenna. Maybe I should put an antenna on it. Okay, I'll plug a damn antenna up to it and see what the hell that does. I really don't care that much myself. I got a regular flat screen. It don't have to, it ain't a smart TV, so it works fine. I just let shit go one up. I got the internet working. So I know my internet works. I'm on the damn internet now. And then this is the phone company's internet. I've got Verizon and I've got AT&T, and then I got my own internet. Two of them. Yep. KG 5G and gigs and something else. No, they ain't come back in yet. I guess I'm going to have to, in a few minutes, I'll go have to shut down and go get them. They ain't barking. They're sitting right there on the front porch. That's what they're doing. They're sitting on the front porch, right underneath the light. They're all just sitting there on the front porch. They got a blanket out there and a box and everything else. They're just sitting there waiting for me to come get them. They started barking and something's wrong. I'll have to run out there and see what the hell's wrong. But they ain't barking. They're just sitting there. I think the technology that we've got is trying to catch up with all the gadgets that we do got. You know what I'm saying? And thank you, Rosanna, for reminding me. I got to go get them. Like I said, hell, I got this damn watch and it's hooked up to my phone. And when the phone rings, or somebody texts me, I can get a text message right on my watch. So there you go. I'm gonna go turn off the ice maker. I got a bunch of stuff, odds and ends to do before I go to bed. I'll watch 10 o'clock news. Chris, you should see Chris, Rosanna. You should see Chris's little puppy. He's got a little apple head chihuahua that's ornery. He's got that dog so ornery. It weighs maybe a pound. Uh, and it little bitty thing. And then boy, it runs chasing my dogs, and they get up on the van and look at it like you. Poor little thing. Well, good night, Granny. I'm about ready to leave here too. In fact, I think I will. I've got so much to do. I'll have another video tomorrow night. It's 7 o'clock, and think everybody's welcome to come back, and we'll finish our conversation. You guys have a great evening and a great night. Talk to you guys later. Let me hit a button here.